When the storm rages, most birds hide. But the eagle? It flies straight into the storm, letting the winds lift it higher. Thomas Edison lived his life like that eagle. Every storm of failure pushed him higher until his light illuminated the entire world. Thomas Edison was born in 1847 in a small town in Ohio, USA. From the very beginning, life did not treat him kindly. As a child, he was labeled addled, a word that meant slow, confused, almost useless. Teachers told his parents that young Thomas was not cut out for school, that he would never achieve much in life. For many children, that label would have been a death sentence for their dreams. But Edison had one incredible advantage: his mother, Nancy Edison. She refused to let the world define her son. With love, patience, and fierce belief, she took him out of school and taught him herself. She fed his curiosity instead of crushing it. She gave him the courage to look at the world differently, to never accept rejection as the final word. In his basement, the young Edison created a laboratory. It was messy, loud, and sometimes dangerous, filled with bottles, wires, and chemicals. Explosions happened. Smoke filled the house, neighbors complained. But behind every small failure was a bigger lesson. Each broken experiment was not a defeat. It was a feather added to the wings of an eagle learning how to fly. As Edison grew older, life did not become easier. He faced bankruptcy more than once. Investors walked away. Newspapers mocked him. Rivals called him crazy. Yet he pressed on. Why? Because like the eagle, he understood something powerful. When storms come, you don't hide. You rise. You spread your wings wide, and you use the storm's winds to lift yourself higher. And then came his greatest storm, the invention of the light bulb. For years, Edison tried. He tested filament after filament, bamboo, carbon, platinum, cotton thread, even beard hair. Nothing seemed to work. He failed not once, not 10 times, but more than 1,000 times. Imagine the discouragement, the exhaustion, the voices telling him, "It's impossible, give up." When reporters finally asked him, "Mr. Edison, don't you feel like a failure?" He smiled and gave an answer that still inspires millions today. "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is the heart of an eagle. That is the mindset that turns storms into opportunities. Finally, after thousands of trials, Edison succeeded. He gave humanity the gift of light, a light that banished darkness, that allowed factories to run longer, that let students read at night, that reshaped human civilization forever. But the story doesn't end there. Edison went on to hold more than 1,000 patents: the phonograph, the motion picture camera, the microphone, and countless innovations that laid the foundation for the modern world. But here's the real lesson. Edison's story is not only about inventions, it's about resilience. It's about refusing to quit when the world tells you to quit. It's about fighting through storms until you break through the clouds and soar where others cannot reach. Think about your own life. How many times have you given up after 3 failures, or 10? Edison failed over 1,000 times, and he still pressed forward. That is what separates ordinary people from history makers. That is what transforms a human being into an eagle. Edison once said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time." That one more time could be the difference between darkness and light, between obscurity and greatness, between being forgotten and being remembered forever. So when life closes doors on you, when friends doubt you, when your dream feels impossible, when your heart whispers quit, remember Edison. Remember the eagle. Don't fold your wings. Don't surrender. Look at the storm, smile at it, and fly directly into it. Because maybe, just maybe, your next attempt, the one after failure number 1,000, will be the one that lights up not just your life, but the entire world.